Hey folks, it's Jim with RV with the Tanners, and today I'm going to talk to you about a pretty cool product from Schumacher. The model number is DH139, and it's a lithium-based generator. Now, gone are the days when you think of generators, that old gas-powered generator that used to stink, you'd smell fumes, really loud, you had to change its oil, and you hoped to gosh that it would actually start when you pulled on that cord multiple times. Well, here I am. I'm going to go ahead and start this generator. Done. It's pretty cool. Again, this is a 30 amp hour battery, lithium based, and that equates to a 750 watt hours of usable power. The device itself has a 500 watt pure sine wave inverter, and it's an internal inverter, and when I turn it on, you can't hear a thing. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to turn it on. It's pretty quiet here in my office. You can't really hear anything. Nothing. You don't even know the inverter's on. Other than this little LED, you wouldn't know that the inverter's on. Back up here, you'll see that it's got 4 out of 5 power bars. And I did that on purpose because I want you to see when one bar actually goes away. But something to note with lithium, if you saw my previous videos on the lithium batteries we did in our trailer, lithium charges up to 4 times faster than a typical AGM or a flooded battery, which is a really neat way to get a bunch of power into that quickly. But think about it this way too. When you're charging, that battery is going to charge really fast, but then it has to slow down. So equate this, if you will, to an elevator ride. If you're on the ground floor and you're going to go to the 100th floor, those first 80 floors go by very, very quickly. But those last 20, the elevator starts to slow down because it knows it needs to come to a safe stop. Same thing with the batteries. Probably the same thing on your cell phone, you just haven't paid attention to it. But on this device, it's going to charge up very, very quickly up to that 80%, and then the intelligence built inside will start to slow down the charger as it approaches 100%, so that it doesn't go past that and then potentially cause any kind of damage to the device or the battery itself. So just note that when you're watching the power, if it doesn't come to 100% immediately, that it's probably in its slower down mode and it's starting to charge that last little bit. All right, so the inverter is on. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. So up on the side here, this is where there's the 12-volt plug, sometimes referred to as a cigarette lighter plug. So this would supply power to maybe if you have like a pump and you're going to pump up an air mattress or something like that. Down the road, Schumacher's going to come out with some additional 12-volt accessories that would plug in here. Think of those if you're a camper, like tacky lights, or maybe you could plug in some LED lights and maybe illuminate your campground, whatever you want to do. On the side here, this is pretty cool. It comes with 3 USB power supplies. The first one is a 1 amp power supply. That's good for something like a GoPro camera that doesn't need a lot of power in order to charge. Moving up is a 2 amp power supply, and then finally on the top is a 2.4 amp power supply. Some of those larger tablets require a little bit more power, and again, this can supply that to it. The neat thing about it is you can have them all plugged in at once. I can have both of my 110s running, my 12 volt, and I can have all 3 USBs going at the same time. So this baby can really put out a lot of power. Up here is where the AC power gets plugged in. There's a little brick that comes with it and then cable, so both of those are used there. Finally is a solar panel input. So Schumacher has sent me a 50 watt solar panel, and I'll show you that in a moment. It's currently in development, and I'll update the links down below when it's available in the market, but currently it's not available in the market. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you the system that they sent me just for this video, so you get an idea of what's coming down the road. Oh, by the way, this device is only 17.5 pounds, so it's pretty light. I'm gonna flip it around the back. And earlier I talked to you about using this like if you're camping, but also think about it inside your house if you should lose power in your house as emergency backup power. Also, for those of you campers that camp primarily in full hookup service RV campsites, or sometimes called RV resorts, sometimes the power could go out. So having a device like this in order to run maybe some critical stuff for you, maybe if you're working from your RV, your laptop, and maybe a hotspot, or even worse, if you have something like you rely on a CPAP at night, this device can actually run, like remember when I had it on earlier, it's really quiet. There's no noise running. So you could plug in a CPAP device like this and still have that device that helps you breathe at night without keeping your partner awake. And with an old noisy generator, a lot of campgrounds have at 10 o'clock quiet hours. In order to run a generator to create that power, you wouldn't be able to if the electrical power should go out and your generator needs to be off at 10. So having something like this as backup is pretty neat in that kind of a situation. As an emergency situation, it also comes with a light. So if power went out, you can go click this and walk around your house and finally find a safe place to put it in order to charge the devices that you need. All right, so that's the device itself. I'm gonna stand up here and I'm gonna show you what the solar panel looks like. Pretty excited about that. So here's the device, how it comes in a little pouch. The neat thing about the solar panel is they included a 25-foot cable. And the nice thing with that is I can now put it up on top of my RV. It's up out of the way. It's not gonna grow legs overnight, so somebody won't try to steal it because it's potentially up and out of sight. If you're using this maybe at a tailgater, you could put it maybe on the bed of the truck or your car so that folks walking around won't trip over the cable. And that cable is incorporated into this pouch. It does not come off, so you can't lose it. It's incorporated into the solar panel itself. And here's the 25 feet of cable. On the other side is the last little bit of Velcro. You'll hear that. And then it simply just unfolds. As you can see, it's 4 panels at 12.5 watts each. Here's all of them. And the neat thing what they've done is they've actually thought ahead. So this first panel starts to close on itself, so it's not going to scratch anything. But now they've used this little bit of fabric here, and as each one starts to fold in on itself, it's protecting the next solar panel from being scratched. And then finally just closes up with a little bit of Velcro here. So that's the Schumacher DH139. Again, 750 watt hours usable, 30 amp hour lithium based battery. Information is listed down below. Remember that solar panel is not available yet, so if you check back, I will update the post with a link and the actual model number when it becomes available. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. And if you get a chance, go ahead and hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye. So if you haven't done so yet, please remember to hit the subscribe button and then hit the little bell so that it reminds you when we post new videos.